Hi guys, it's Joanna, and in today's video I will be talking about the part 2 of my best discoveries from ESXENCE. Just in case you're not yet familiar, ESXENCE is actually the biggest art and perfumery event that is held in Milan, Italy. Basically, 360 perfume brands gathered in a big convention center to either launch their new perfume or just showcase their perfumes to the public. So what I did is to actually gather my top 18 favorites from the whole experience, as I have tested hundreds and hundreds of perfumes. I've tried so many perfumes, and these are my top 18 perfume favorites that I think you guys will be very interested in trying out. Just a disclaimer, not all perfumes that I'm talking about in this video are gifted to me. Okay, there are some that are gifted to me, but I must say that most of them are just in sample sizes because I basically tried them out when I was in ESXENCE and came back home with a sample, and basically I just fell in love with them that I couldn't stop thinking about them. I just have to throw that in because I just want you guys to know that these are my genuine loves and favorites during my visit in ESXENCE. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Joanna and I do reviews and recommendations of affordable and luxury fragrances in my channel. Now, if that sounds appealing to you, then please do keep watching and maybe consider subscribing. So I think I mentioned in my previous video that it's top 17 perfumes, but actually I think it's top 18. Okay. So I have divided this top discoveries in different categories: best sensual mask, best floral perfumes, and the most unique perfume are already mentioned in the part 1 of this video series. And basically today, what I'm gonna talk about are best fruity fragrances, best freshy fragrances, and lastly, best gourmands. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get this video started. I'm gonna start off with the best fruity fragrances, all right? And the first one that I'm gonna mention to you is something that is gifted to me by the brand, and this is Wavechild by Room 1015. I've tried this when I was in ESXENCE. However, I kept my mouth shut about it because it wasn't released yet. And as I talked to the brand owner, they prefer to announce the arrival of this perfume first. So yeah, now that it is out, it was out, I think, since 21st of this month. And I actually posted it in my Instagram on that day as well because I was so excited about this fragrance. This is beautiful. It has a very prominent watermelon and coconut note. But you guys, this is something that I haven't really smelled before. This is, I don't know, this is so fresh, so young, yet very luxurious to me. The inspiration of this fragrance is a surf culture in Los Angeles, California. And I must say that yes, I am getting that vibe. I've been to LA several times and been to Huntington Beach to watch the surfers. I am really imagining that scenario in this perfume. This is kind of like aquatic. It is very fresh. I love the coconut note that is in here because it is not your typical creamy coconut. This is more of like a coconut water. So imagine swimming in the beach with floating fresh watermelons and coconut water. Yeah, that is the whole vibe of this fragrance. It is very fresh, yet very quiet luxury to me. I think that's why I love it, because it's not like your typical juvenile fruity fragrance that we've smelled 1,000 times already. This is something different. I'm telling you guys, you have to check this one out, especially if you are into watermelon notes and if you are looking for a unique watermelon and coconut perfume combo. This will not disappoint When it comes to longevity and projection, as I've tested it already 2 days in a row, this is amazing, guys. Lasts around 6 to 8 hours with moderate projection, and it is so good, guys. Really so good. I will highly recommend you guys checking this one out. And with room 1015, you know that I have a discount code, and I'm gonna link it down below. By the way, I find this fragrance very unisex. Next up is something that I regret not buying, actually, and this is from the brand Kajal, and this is their new fragrance. I'm not sure if this is even out already in the market. I don't think so. This, I think, is one of the best fruity fragrances that I've ever tried. This is very heavy in passion fruit, orange, and pineapple. So if you're familiar with the La Mar by Kajal, the pineapple in La Mar, you will basically find that kind of pineapple in here. However, it is amped up with fresh and juicy passion fruit and oranges. You guys, this is so beautiful. It is zesty as well because it has ginger note in it and a little bit peppery. It is sweetened by praline, and in the base it has a clean musk, sandalwood, and vanilla. It is absolutely beautiful, guys. This is actually haunting me because I wish that I bought it when I was there. Yeah, I highly recommend you checking this one out if you are into fruity perfumes and if you are looking for a different kind of passion fruit dominant fragrance as well. And also, I must say that this has an amazing longevity and projection, let's say around 8+ hours even, and I find this unisex. However, in my opinion, leaning a little bit more on the feminine side. And guys, this has a beautiful bottle as well. Yeah, highly recommend Icon by Kajal. Next up is a fragrance, or I must say like a brand that is very new to me. I basically discovered it in ESXENCE. It is a brand from Napoli in Italy, and this brand is called Agatho. First of all, I've only received the discovery kit from them, and I'm very impressed not only by their scents, but also about the potency of their perfumes, okay? So my favorite from the discovery kit that I received from them is a new release this year. Not sure if this is available or it will be available soon. This is called Seigiorni. And guys, this is basically a fruity, floral, musky scent that for me is more concentrated on the peach note. Hence, I put it in this fruity category. This is so beautiful. You know, this is like a perfect floral, musky, and fruity scent that you can use all year round. It has that shampoo-y vibe, but in a very luxurious way. I can imagine a very fashionable woman rocking this fragrance. This has a very prominent peach to my nose, and I normally don't like peach in fragrances. However, with this fragrance, it worked really well. This fragrance is mixed with a lot of white florals. I think lily of the valley, jasmine, and white musk, but then there is like a fun factor in it because of the pink pepper. I really enjoy this fragrance, and you guys, what I love most about it is that it stayed for more than 8 hours on my skin. I used this last week and it was so hot here where I live in Portugal. We hit around 31 degrees, and this fragrance stood out the whole time I was wearing it. So with that, I'm very impressed. I definitely felt refreshed and very feminine throughout my entire wear of this fragrance. I actually forgot that this, because now I'm getting it, this is actually heavy as well in rose. You must be into roses in order to appreciate this fragrance, because now that it dried down, I am getting that powdery roses that is mixed with some white musk. However, on top, you are getting like a big layer of fresh peaches as well, along with the white florals. Highly recommend you checking this one out if you can, where you live. Yeah, so that is Seigiorni by Agatho. All right, so now let's talk about the next category, best freshies of the year so far. And I'm gonna start off with a fragrance that I don't even have a sample of. However, it gave me so much impact that I know for sure that I have to include it in this video. And it is from Essential Parfums, and it is called Neroli Botanica. I believe this fragrance will only be released in June, so just have to wait for a couple of months. However, I love it so much because it is like my style of freshie. As far as I remember, it is of course heavy in neroli, and also it has ginger and elemi. So it is tangy, but at the same time very fresh. Just a different take of neroli that will just make you feel fresh. And you guys know how much I love the brand Essential Parfums. To me, every time they release something new, I'm always excited. And I'm telling you guys, this Neroli Botanica will not disappoint. Next up is something very interesting. It is a fragrance from Atelier Materi, and it is called Cedre Figalia. And you guys, this just hits different. It is very fresh, spicy, and woody all at the same time. Guys, what caught my attention with this fragrance is that it has a spinach note, okay? And I'm getting that spinach note. The thing is, aside from me loving spinach as part of my salad, we have spinach planted in our land as well, where I live. So I am definitely getting some freshly picked spinach vibes in this fragrance. But don't be scared of that, okay? You won't be smelling like a green juice. This has spicy basil on top, and also a very prominent fig leaf and fig fruit. I've used this as my scent of the day the other day, and it was unbelievably long lasting, especially on clothes. Remember, I doused myself with this scent and I can smell it the entire day, and it was a sunny day as well, as far as I remember. So I know that this perfume will stay for a long time on a sunny day. It is basically a fig dominant fragrance, but since it has that spinach note, it is very unique. It's a very unique take of a fig fragrance because of that spinach note and spiciness coming from the basil. Guys, you have to check this one out, especially if you are looking for a freshie that is unique to use in the summertime. Yeah, so that is Cedre Figalia by Atelier Materi. And the last one from this best freshie category is once again from a brand that I discovered in ESXENCE, and this is from the brand called Botanicae. It is a Spanish brand. I received some samples from them, and at the same time, I tried all their fragrances when I was in ESXENCE, and I was very impressed. Sorry, as you can see, the sun is shining, so now the light will be a little bit weird. Anyway, going back to what we're talking about, the perfume that caught my attention from Botanicae is called Noa Noa. And guys, this is amazing. Definitely my vibe. This is a citrusy, vanilla, freshy that definitely screams cool girl vibes. This has a very prominent juniper, petitgrain, and a lot of citruses. I find this very heavy in vanilla as well. And the kind of vanilla that is in here is the kind of vanilla in Eau Duelle by Diptyque. So imagine that vibe of Eau Duelle, and then you add some ginger, lemon, and citruses. And to round it up, drop some Monoi oil. Yeah, and then you're gonna get this fragrance. So good, and yet so unique to me. This definitely screams cool girl vibe. You will love it, especially if you love Eau Duelle by Diptyque. They're giving off that same vibe, okay? They're not similar. I'm just saying that this is like Eau Duelle by Diptyque with added ginger and citruses. This is my favorite from the brand, and this is under their Elixir category. I think this is one of their newest release, and I will highly recommend it, guys. This costs around 140 euros because it is under the Elixir category, meaning it is stronger, I think, when it comes to potency compared to the Eau de Parfum. Highly recommend this fragrance, guys. Oh, and by the way, you know what? I figured out. This reminds me of Hawaii. It definitely has that vibe. This is Noa Noa by Botanicae. This next category is something that is very exciting because it is the category of gourmands. And you guys, I have narrowed down this category into 5 perfumes. So the first one that I'm gonna talk about is from the House of Oud, and this is called Guilty Crush. You guys, this is how the bottle looks like. By the way, they have one of the coolest boots in ESXENCE. This is so good. It's definitely part of my top 5 discoveries. This has a very prominent strawberry and champagne in the opening. And also it has some cherry as well, but it is not a kind of cherry that we are used to in the market. This is so beautiful. And I think it is the lipstick accord note that made this fragrance just different. Because it is a fruity and creamy fragrance that is just so fun, a little bit flirty as well. And guys, this is just remarkable. It just hits differently. This is like drinking a sparkling champagne with wild strawberries and black cherries inside. While drinking the champagne, you open your bag and you accidentally found a melted lipstick in it. Oh, yes. You guys, the dry down of this is very creamy, musky, and like strawberry-like. It is my kind of strawberry fragrance. I normally don't really like just pure strawberries in fragrances, or especially when it's like strawberry milkshake. I'm not into that. However, with this one, it just hits differently, okay? This is so beautiful, so fun, so flirty, and just very remarkable. Creamy, yet sparkly, fruity fragrance. This is on my wish list and I'm considering buying a full bottle of this. And by the way, guys, this has an amazing longevity and projection as well. Lasts all day with amazing projection for the first 2 hours. And I'm telling you, it stays on clothes like a dream. Very beautiful fragrance, Guilty Crush by the House of Oud. Next up is a fragrance from Moresque and this is called Perpetual. And you guys, this is another cherry scent, like as if we need another cherry scent, right? It has that ginger note. It is zesty and tangy. As it dries down, is actually a full-on gourmand because this is very heavy in brown sugar and tonka bean in the base as well, plus a creamy sandalwood and that sensual amber. So yeah, just imagine the combo, guys. It's like best of everything. The cherry here is very, very prominent. However, it's not your typical syrupy cherry, okay? I must say, like, the kind of cherry that is in here is the same cherry in like cherry punk, for example. So that type of cherry and almond. However, it has some zesty vibe because of the ginger, but then the dry down is fully gourmand because of the brown sugar, tonka, amber, and creamy sandalwood. Guys, this smells like a dream. And I don't know if you can see in this bottle, but however, I'm just gonna post a photo that I took in ESXENCE just for you guys to see that this has a pearlescent kind of juice. It is so beautiful. Like, can you see that? Can you see that? And also the bottle of this looks amazing. This is definitely on my wish list as well. Yeah, highly recommend, especially if you are into gourmands that is a little bit grown, you know? Yeah, I think that's the term for this. This is a grown kind of gourmand. Yeah, Perpetual by Moresque. The next fragrance is something that I can't really talk about fully. It's from Experimental Perfume Club. I've tried it when I was in ESXENCE. They will launch it very soon. And I'm telling you guys, I was very impressed with this fragrance. I can't tell you full details. However, you really have to wait for it because it is amazing. It is a pistachio dominant fragrance. So yeah, full stop. And you'll definitely hear more about it in my future videos. But so far, I'm just gonna say that it's a promising fragrance that you should check out soon. Next up is from the brand Profumo di Firenze. I know that they launched a new perfume called Latte e Amendoa, like milk and almond. It is very nice, very gourmand. However, the one that caught my attention and the one actually that I regret not buying as well when I was there. But anyway, I think I'm gonna buy it soon. Fior di Pane. This, guys, is basically a bread fragrance that is gourmand as well. Guys, this in the opening literally smells like freshly baked bread. However, there is a very prominent violet and iris in here. And if you watch my channel, you know how much I love the combo of those two notes in fragrances. So they're very prominent as well, along with vanilla, tonka bean, and musk in the base. Guys, the dry down of this blends beautifully on my skin. Like, really, I can imagine wearing this myself and without even thinking that I smell like a bread, okay? This is so beautiful, guys. I can smell a flower note over here, and I think it's the tulip note. And so having said that, it's not your typical floral that you see in fragrances. And tulip is my favorite flower, by the way. I'm very familiar with it because my husband gives me tulip flowers every birthday of mine. And you guys, this definitely reminds me of that tulip flower with the bread nuance and that beautiful combo of iris and violet. It is a clean smelling floral fragrance that starts off very gourmandish, but like not really. Really amazing scent, guys. And I think it is worth checking out because it is not typical. I find this very, very unique as well. Yeah, so that is Fior di Pane by Profumo di Firenze. Okay, last but not the least is from a brand called Lorenzo Pazzaglia. It's my first time to try perfumes from this brand, okay? I've heard so many people raving about their fragrances, and it's just that it is not that easy to find here in Portugal. So when I saw their booth in ESXENCE, I definitely had to visit. And you guys, they did not disappoint. What can I say? I've tried almost everything from their collection, right? Because aside from trying almost all of their fragrances when I was there, because I was talking to their marketing manager, Ricardo, he also gave me like their discovery kit for me to explore. And trust me, guys, I've tried everything. They're all amazing. I must say that their fragrances are very, very strong and potent. Like, if you buy a fragrance from Lorenzo Pazzaglia, you know that it's gonna last, okay? And it's gonna project. Also, I must say that they do very, very good gourmands. And as far as I remember, they have 3 new fragrances, which are Sugar Kisses, Sangria, which is about to come out, and this fragrance. And for me, Sweet Explosion is my favorite amongst the 3 new releases. Guys, this is such a different kind of gourmand, okay? It is quite hard to describe because if you see the notes, which I'm just gonna pop on the screen, it has honey, davana, coffee, rose, coconut milk, grapefruit, argan, ylang ylang. Like, you know, you will think of like, what are those notes doing in one fragrance? And you guys, this is just so unique and a different take of gourmand. It starts off very, very fresh because it has lime as well, guys. So it starts off a little bit citrusy because of the lime and grapefruit. However, it has a coconut milk as well that just keeps it creamy at the same time. But then as it dries down, the sweeter and sweeter it gets. In the final dry down, what I get is coffee, honey, rose, coconut milk, and some citrusy factor from lime. It is very unique. I haven't smelled anything like this. I find the other 2 scents very good as well. However, not that remarkable. But this one though is very remarkable to me because it is very unique and not your typical gourmand scent. So highly, highly recommend you Sweet Explosion. It is an extrait de parfum by Lorenzo Pazzaglia. That concludes my top 18 best discoveries from the perfumery event held in Milan. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and I hope that you found some interesting perfumes because these perfumes will definitely be featured in my future videos as well. So let me know if you've tried any of these fragrances and if you love them or if you just didn't get the vibe. And once again, I'm gonna link down below the part 1 of this series if you haven't watched it yet. Thank you so much for watching and see you on my next one. Bye guys.